Hi everyone and welcome back to Discover and Learn. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. So guys, if you want to learn English, if you want to speak English fluently and confidently, if you want to be successful in life, if you want to make a good career, this is the right platform. Subscribe my channel, press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time and free of cost. Like and share my videos. Do write your comments in the comment section. Here what we do is I come up with a lot of practice sessions, which is mostly conversational sessions or pronunciation sessions or vocabulary sessions or reading and listening sessions and lots more, which is really or actually going to help you in your English speaking practice. So I pick up all the topics which will help you in speaking better English, whether it is listening or reading or anything or speaking, whatever it is. I take up all the topics and I speak on it so that it can help you in your speaking practice. Okay, apart from that, my methods are very simple, very easy. I come up with lot of conversational topics which are very basic, very day to day used in our conversations, and I pick up those topics and I speak on it. And if you practice on those lines, it will definitely going to help you in speaking better English. Apart from this, there are lots of other things which is really going to help you in your improving your English speaking, like vocabulary, pronunciation, sentence construction, etc. 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 Go check out my videos, guys, and you'll get to know what I'm talking about. So today I thought of coming up with a new topic in which I'm going to talk about how you can prepare for a job interview. See, job interview is a big thing. Okay, I can't discuss everything in a single video. I'll try to make more subsequent videos. If you like this video, I'll make more videos on it in detail. But today I'll just talk about very basics of interview skills, like how you can prepare for the interview. I'm going to take up this topic. Okay, so we all give interviews at some point of time in life, whether we have to get into a school or college or a job or anywhere else, whatever we want to do in life. Okay, we have to give interviews, we have to crack the interviews. So that is the very basic or essence or essential part of our life. We have to face interviews, and trust me on this, we all have this fear of facing interviews. We all are scared of facing interviews when we get to know that, oh, our interview is scheduled, or we have to give interview to enter this thing or to enter this job or this field or whatever college. We get little scared, right? We think like, oh, we have to crack this interview also. Oh, I need to prepare for that as well. I don't know whether I'll be able to make it or not, right? So we start thinking negative about it the time we get to know about the interview process. But today I'm going to simplify things for you, and I'm going to give you some important tips on how you can prepare for the interview well. Okay, so let's get started. Tip number 1 is, it's very easy. We all know what kind of questions are going to be asked. Okay, so when you'll type on Google or you'll go to YouTube, you'll find n number of questions, right? Basic general questions which are asked in an interview, like introduce yourself, or why do you think you are right fit for the job, or why should we hire you? Okay, or what is your skills, or if you can, or tell us something about your work experience, etc. Lots of things, hobbies. A lot of questions people ask, the HR asks, the project manager or the technical person ask in an interview. So there are lots of, internet is flooded with lots of such questions. What you can do is collect those basic questions, 10 questions, 15 questions, and start preparing on your own. Prepare a script, a short script, and start practicing answering those questions in front of the mirror, in front of your camera, or in front of somebody who can ask you a question and you have to answer that. Just conduct a mock interview for yourself, right? Ask somebody to sit there and ask questions to you. So this is the easiest way. Collect some questions from the internet, but prepare your own answers. Okay, prepare your own script and practice answering those questions in a well-defined, structured way. So this is the first thing, practice. You have to practice the questions. Okay, this is really going to help you. Second thing is, while preparing the answers for these questions, keep it short and simple. Be concise. Okay, don't give all the information at once. Okay, so tell me something about yourself. This question, you can describe for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes also about yourself, or half an hour also about yourself, right? But don't do that, please. That is not the right way. Just prepare a short answer for it, 5 sentence, 6 sentence. That's it. Put the best thing possible in it, what you can describe about yourself. Put forward your strengths, which will help you to get that job, which the technical person is interested in listening. Yeah, you have to analyze that. You have to know what things are necessary for this job and how you can relate your skills or about yourself. Mix those and then answer this question. So prepare a short and concise or precise answer and practice that. Okay, so it has to be to the point. It should not beat around the bush. You should not describe like which school you went to and how did you went to that school and how was that school and how was that college and how did you perform in that school. No, you don't have to talk about all these things. You have to majorly talk about your positives, your skills, what you are about, right? So you have to know what you have to say. That is very important. So come up with a precise answer and to the point answer which will help you in getting that job. Okay, so always be clear what you have to say, how you have to answer a question. You have to be very clear in your mind. Third thing is, you have to know your resume very well, guys. The first mistake which we all do is, whatever is written in our resume, we even don't know what is written in our resume. At times when the interviewer asks you, okay, you have written this so and so, what does that mean? Or what did you do in this job? And we are blank. We even don't know that we have written that in our resume. It's a big no, guys. You have to first read your resume to understand what you have written in it and what does each word means in your resume. What we initially used to do is used to copy paste it. So that is why we don't know what we have written in the resume, right? Don't do that. If you have copy pasted it also, before the interview, read your resume well. Understand what you have written so that if the interviewer asks you anything from your resume also, you know it and you are able to explain it. So don't do that mistake. This is another tip. Know your resume well. Coming to the next tip is, it's about JD, the job description. The job which you are applying to, you should know the JD very well, the job description very well. You have to read it, whatever recruiter or the HR person has sent you about the job, you have to read it very well. You have to understand it very well and you have to see how you can help with that requirement. Whatever requirement is there, whatever the JD is there, how you can help, how you can fit into that JD. You have to think about that and you have to prepare your answers accordingly. That is very important. If the JD says it needs a Java developer with such and such so and so skill sets, and it also says that we need somebody with leadership skills and can manage a team. So you know that it is not only an individual contributor job, they also want somebody who can lead a team. Okay, so you have to prepare your answer accordingly. You have to come up with something which will support your position, that you have handled a team. So you can probably talk about your previous experience, that you were not a manager, you were not leading a team, but still I was taking care of 2 interns. Or so you can say we were a team of 4 people and at the end of the day, I used to take updates from everybody and I used to see what queries they have and I used to sit with them and solve the queries or escalate it further to the client. So I was in charge of all these activities. So if you say this, then the other person or the interviewer immediately understands, oh, you were kind of leading the team, or you kind of know how to lead a team. Okay, so these things, if you add in your answers, it will indirectly support or justify that you can get into this job, or you will be a good fit for this job. So that is why understanding the JD and knowing where you can fit in or how you can fit in the JD is very important. And you have to, whenever you have to answer a question, you have to keep in mind this connection, and accordingly you have to answer, so that the interviewer also gets to know that you are the right person for the job. Okay, so that is why this is knowing the JD is very important. The last tip is know the company very well. Whenever you have an interview, before that, just go through the website of the company and see what it does, what it is into, what are their vision mission statements. Okay, what they are doing right now, what they are into, what latest technology they are working on. So if you know all these things, it will be much easier for you to convince the other person, right? If you talk about that technology, and if you show your interest that, you know, I'm really interested in AI or machine learning or something, you know, any upcoming technology, if you talk about which they are doing, and if you speak about that, I'm really interested in this and I really want to, I've started learning that as well, or I've started taking a course on that, or whatever, if you can say something, then the interviewer also knows that, oh wow, you're interested in this also, you want to learn new things, you are really interested in this, and they will understand that, okay, so they can hire you just because, you know, you are interested in new technologies also, which they are doing. Okay, so you indirectly will align with the interest of the company and the interviewer. Okay, so if you once you align with the interest of the company, definitely they are going to hire you, because they want people who can come and start working on new technologies or new projects, or at least learn new technologies. Everybody wants that, right? Because old becomes obsolete. New technologies come up and old becomes obsolete. So everybody wants somebody who is interested to learn new things. So that is where things change, and this will help you to get hired. So guys, these are some of the tips which I've come up with while preparing for an interview. There are lots more. I have not gone into the details. These are very basic, very important tips which you can start working on, because these are very basics. You should know your resume, you should know the JD very well, you should know the company where you are applying, you should know what answer you should give. You have to practice well beforehand, right? And you should be very clear in your approach or your thoughts or your answers. You have to be clear and precise. Don't start speaking and continue speaking for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Never do that. Be short and sweet. Always ask questions about what profile they are looking at. Once you get the chance, always ask this question, what profile they are looking at. What is the scope of the profile? Okay. Always ask some or the other questions, guys, once you get a chance. This also shows how eager or how proactive you are in knowing about the job, and knowing about the company, knowing about your position in the company if you get hired, right? So always talk about these things. This will help the interviewer also to understand your interest, and it will be easier for them also to make a decision, right? If you don't show interest, of course they'll think that probably you are not interested in this job, so they might keep you on hold. So if you show proactiveness, if you show interest, definitely they will consider your profile. So these are also some of the things which matters, apart from what answer you're giving, how you're able to, you know, speak about yourself, or how you're able to speak about your profile or your experience. That does matter, but a lot of other things also matter. So always prepare well before interviews. Take care of all these tips. Definitely you are going to excel in the interview. And don't take interviews as a nightmare. Interviews are very interesting. You get to interact with people. So you should always be open. Yes, we feel jitters. Yes, we feel nervous. That's fine. but try to overcome that. Be positive about it. See what you will get to learn in that interview. Probably out of 10 questions, you might not be able to answer 3 or 4 questions, which is fine. Probably in the next interview, you'll prepare that and you'll make a better attempt there. And you never know, maybe 10 out of 10 questions you'll be able to answer, or probably out of 10, 9 questions will be answered. You never know, right? So that is why be positive, take it as a challenge, see how you're going to perform in the interview, and there's always a scope of betterment. You can always better yourself, always correct yourself, right? So don't be scared, take it positively, and you're definitely going to excel. So guys, that's the end for today's session. I'll see you in my next. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, keep speaking, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye.